Hi, I'm 12 News meteorologist TJ Del Santo. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing okay. We're still expecting that storm for the weekend. Also, some bitterly cold air, possibly dangerous cold, first thing Saturday morning. Let's get right down to business. Snow potential Sunday and into Monday. Widespread 12 to 18 inches, but we're looking at this pocket of potentially up to 24 inches in northern Rhode Island and up here in northern Bristol County, Massachusetts. Down near the coastline, there could be some mixing issues. There could be some sleet mixing in, and that would bring the accumulation down there. If there's no mixing, yeah, you could be looking at 12 to 18 inches even at the south coast, but that's kind of what we're thinking right now. Headlines for the next 7 days. Colder today, will be dry today. We're looking at wind chills to -10 Saturday morning, snow Sunday and Monday, the heaviest of which will be late Sunday, and that could lead to some difficult travel as we go through Sunday late afternoon and during the evening and overnight. Today we're looking at a blend of clouds and sunshine. I think we're generally looking at a pretty quiet weather day, although it will be colder. There's that storm system taking shape over here in the middle of the country. Look at all the snow, ice, and rain. Fairly large system that's going to be working its way across the country and hitting the East Coast as we go through Saturday night and early Sunday morning. A coastal low will develop, and that will help to overspread the snow into southern New England. Here we are, 3 p.m. on Sunday. Snow fairly widespread already. I think the snow begins by late morning, becoming widespread as we go through the afternoon. Look at some of those darker blues in there for Sunday evening. That snow's continuing for quite a while. At least on this computer model, we are looking at that sleet to remain offshore, but there are some computer models that indicate that it could be working its way inland a little bit across south coastal Rhode Island and Massachusetts. And that's why we have the potential for a little bit of lower accumulations there along the south coast. But you get the picture. We're looking at the potential for some icing at the south coast, probably snowing through Sunday night. There'll be some bands of heavier snow setting up as we go through the night, and likely will continue into a while on Monday. We'll get back to that in a second. Forecast for today, 33 degrees for high, colder than yesterday with a blend of clouds and sun. For tonight, clear skies becoming bitterly cold. Look at the low temperature down to 6, but also take note of the winds here from the northwest, 10 to 15 miles an hour. So we're looking at wind chills first thing tomorrow morning, well below zero, possibly dangerous cold. For tomorrow, high only around 16 degrees in the afternoon. At least we'll have sunshine. It'll be dry tomorrow, basically an effective sun. Looking at that 3-day forecast, there's that snow developing as we go through Sunday. Again, the heaviest is probably this time frame here. I'd say 3, 4 o'clock right through midnight. That's when we'll be finding the heaviest of the snow on Sunday, and that's when difficult could be the travel could be the most difficult. Yeah, we're looking at that Arctic cold overspreading southern New England. Again, another look at that storm system, and you can see how big it is working across the country. Snow and ice and even some severe weather maybe down near the Gulf Coast. There's that low approaching Sunday evening, and yeah, we could be looking at a little bit of sleet at the south coast. Look at that swath of snow across the country right into New England. And the ice, fortunately, we don't see it, but down in Arkansas, maybe into parts of Mississippi and Tennessee, especially the Carolinas into Virginia, could be a devastating ice storm with number of power outages possible. I think we're spared the freezing rain, but the only ice that we'll see is probably in the form of sleet. So kind of a recap here. Bitter cold this weekend. Snow arrives Sunday morning, the heaviest Sunday evening, maybe even as early as 4 or 5 o'clock or so, right through the night. Significant snow accumulations are possible, more than 12 inches. And a lot of people asking about the winds. There'll be some gusty winds at the coast, but I don't think we're looking at really any potential of power outages, which is good. So to kind of recap with that snow potential, widespread 12 to 18 inches with the potential for up to 24 in northern Rhode Island, Woonsocket, Burrillville, maybe parts of Gloucester into Cumberland and into the Attleboroughs and Mansfield and perhaps Uxbridge and up into south of Boston. There's the potential for up to 24 inches of snow there. At the coastline, as we talked about, there's the potential for a little bit of sleet mixing in that'll knock down the accumulations, but not before we see quite a bit of snowfall. And it will likely switch back to all snow later Sunday night and into the daytime on Monday with some additional accumulations there. A really complicated storm fun storm. Hope you make out okay with the storm. It's a light, fluffy snow, which is good. Getting a lot of questions about that as well. So we're going to be breaking this down. We've got the town-by-town forecast all morning long on 12 News this morning. We'll let you know how much you should expect in your community across Rhode Island and southeastern Mass. Have a great day.